Columbus, Ohio. I have 18 months, a little over 18 months clean, and I've made my home here in Portsmouth, Ohio, because that's where I built up my support group and got a job, and I've really made a life for myself here. Um, in throughout my addiction and living the way that I lived, the dereliction and the desperation built up in me a lot, to the point that I really wanted to find sobriety and live a better life, but I couldn't do it on my own. At the time, I didn't feel like it, but now I know that I was really lucky that I ran into the legal issues I ran into, because it really gave me no choice. I had to detox in jail. I didn't have the option to leave or run, and I needed that. Me personally, I just couldn't get through detox with an open door. Um, so having the legal consequences I had of almost being sentenced to prison, and convincing my judge to give me a shot at saving my own life and coming down here to Portsmouth and seeking treatment, really put that fire under me. I already had some fire in me to get clean and live a sober life, but I didn't have that little extra motivation that I needed. 8 years in prison hanging over my head was kind of the motivation I needed to get and stay sober. Um, I don't want to go to prison. Nobody wants to go to prison. So why not live the better life that I've been dreaming of and come down to Portsmouth and make a go of it, and never look back? And that's kind of where I'm at now. I don't want to use any kind of substance that's going to put my life in jeopardy or my freedom in jeopardy. And the life I'm living now, I'm not willing to give up for any amount of temporary happiness. My life today is better than I ever imagined it could be in my worst moments. I'm happier now than I ever was before I got into active addiction and using to numb those feelings that I didn't want to feel. I have a job that I love where I can help other people like me. I have my own home with the love of my life that treats me better than I've ever been treated before. I have friends and relationships with people that want nothing from me but my happiness. There's no ulterior motives, and they are true friends. And I don't want anything from them other than their happiness. And if I could give any advice to somebody that's struggling or going through addiction or wanting to reach out to start living a better life, it's to just do it. Just reach out and try and push through, because those promises that they talk about are real and they come true every day. I just bought my first car in a decade and have a valid license, and all those things that are promised in the beginning happen. And the biggest promise for me that's been most important to me is the relationships I've built, not just rebuilt from family and relationships that I've ruined through active addiction, but built up new ones with people that have helped me along my journey, like Sam, that is the counselor here at Mahajan, people like my sponsor, my clean crew, and all the counselors really at Mahajan have played a part in it a little bit. PJ, Tammy especially, my case manager, Christina, everybody in the program has gone above and beyond to help me on my journey to get my feet under me so that I can be the best version of myself possible. And I couldn't have done it without them. This time around in recovery, I did things I've never done before. I got a sponsor, Tiffany, who has been my ride or die. She doesn't let me go too crazy, but she's understanding when I do. And working steps, I never thought steps would be very transformative. Like, what can I learn from that I don't already know? And I can't even explain how wrong I was, because working those steps and reworking them and having a sponsor who's got a sponsor and sponsoring are all huge factors in my recovery. And not one part of my recovery can be taken away and not ruin the rest of it. I need every aspect of my recovery to stay happy and healthy and do the things I need to do to continue living the life that I have. And I said it before, and I'm not willing to risk my recovery or the life I've built for myself for any kind of temporary high or happiness that's not going to last, and I can lose it all very quickly. And that's just not something I'm willing to do.